friends and collectors. I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, as the case may be. Today I'm going to do a review of Darth Maul Archive Edition compared to the original one. Now, I made the mistake well over a year and a half ago of opening up the original Darth Maul box. This is the legit. This is not the $15 knockoff. This is the $100 one, and of course, I dropped its value in half, but I did it to bring you guys the review. If you go into my page and search Darth Maul review, I did do a thorough review of that video, or of that, and I think it got maybe 30 views. um, wasn't the best investment choice ever, but that said, I'm doing it more for the passion for the collecting. So I want to do an unboxing. It's going to be unboxing, showing, and review and comparison. So first off, let's show the box of the Archive Edition. Now, one thing I don't like compared, you see everything you get in this open box. You even get a side window. With this, the Archive Edition, the extra head, as you can see, is down here. I don't like the packaging. The card, using these thin cards, if you want to have a mint condition one hanging off your wall, which I will have of the whole wave, but not, I did get an extra Darth Maul and an extra Anakin just so I'd have something to review, or I'd have these to review. So I'm not the biggest fan. I like the color change. I like, instead of the black and red we've been getting just nonstop, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the using that kind of thin. They need to just go back to a nice thick box. It's hard to bang up and has really nice open windows. Make it more accessible, because even though I really, really like the art here, they could have just moved that art over here. You miss a little bit of the figure, but you also see the entire extra head, the full lightsabers, and then you have the general idea at the very least. On the back, you're going to see a reference to the one over here, the original one, and it gives a little breakdown about that. It came out in 2013. Wow, time flies. The evil Sith apprentice Darth Maul engages in a fierce lightsaber duel with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. One great thing is with the apprentice Obi-Wan that I'm going to be reviewing within a day or two, and Qui-Gon. I have an extra Qui-Gon. I'm going to do reviews on. Once I have that, I'm going to be able to display this version fighting those two. So what I'm going to do is go over this, unbox it, and go over it first, and then I'll do the very quick and careful comparison with the other one. Alright, so let's pop them open. Oh, I hate doing this. It just goes against all my instincts. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. Gotta go carefully. Oh, there we go. One thing I've noticed about these is they're a lot easier to get out of the package, though. So there is that. I suppose for every negative, there's a positive, right? Supposedly. Alright. Well, we've got them free in the box. Alright, and I assume we just, pull them out from there. And he comes out. There's his extra head. Alright, let's go ahead. The way I've learned to do these is you just give them a push. You pull out the plastic. And it's kind of like an excuse me when you're using your shoulder to get out and just go slow. Alright, there we go. Darth Maul is free. Uh-oh. Is he failing the balance test already? Ooh, not good. Yikes. What is going on? Okay. Let's just go ahead and get to that before I just want to... Come on, buddy. Come on, cooperate. Come on, you're Darth Maul, the most flexible. Come on. How about back here? Come on, hang out with your older brother. There you go. Alright. Actually, let's see. You know who I'd like to see? Savage Opress in armor as a 6-inch figure. That'd be really cool. Alright, I'm popping out the head carefully. Now here, this is his extra mean head. Let's take a close-up on it. Oh, I love it. The eyes. One issue, whether it was a knockoff or a real one, the eyes weren't always 100% centered. as I'm looking in real life, I'll try to give you little different angles. Um, they have a little bit of a sheen to them, and it has that little sheen of kind of sweat, borderline sweat. It gives them a very realistic look. Now, this does not seem like a big departure yet at all from the original. It's not supposed to be, although I was told that they are applying the 3D face print technology to these new ones. Um, let's just see if it's something so obvious, whoops, that, yeah, we don't even need to pull it out. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at the differences side by side. Okay, there actually the eyes are a little wider on the original. They're not glazed, so you can clearly see that they're just painted, but they are well painted. Um, as far as the face goes, everything's pretty much the same, except this has that nice sheen and that more modern feel. And let's just take a look at the face, the facial look on the main body. All right, so we'll go side by side on that. And once again, it's pretty much identical. It's just this, the newer one, I will admit, is more realistic. This is actually more realistic just because they simply added that extra, excuse me, sorry about that. They added that sheen, which gives it kind of, well, just a natural I'm alive look, which they've been applying. Um, let's check out the body. It's exactly the same as the original. I assume the cloak is attached to the horns. Please do not, unless you want to risk endangering it or you're customizing, don't try to take this off here. Don't try to take this off. It will damage it. That's all you're going to get with this particular one. You can get it down. You can get them up a little bit so you can go under there, but not much because that is solid PVC, as you can see. Kind of like if you look at some of my Lord of the Rings Toy Biz figure, some of like the Nazgul and things like that, where they kind of had to mold it to get that perfect look. And it is an excellent look. It's amazing. There is more shine on the wrist and on the chest. This is a little bit thicker, but really it's identical to the other one. Now, if it's, let's see, underneath you have PVC layered with cloth, with nice shiny cloth. Pull that down a little bit. And he has it all the way around. He has the exact same, thankfully, double jointed knee. Whoa, it's tight. Okay. He has, in my opinion, he had one of the most, in 2013, revolutionary, well, not revolutionary, Toy Biz had been doing it with the Lord of the Rings ones in 2001, but until then, they hadn't been taking advantage of this great technology to do it. And, if you put them up into a martial arts pose, you can't really tell. And you get that excellent ability to have that double jointed knee, which means that you can also take it down and bend it from the top. So you can get a lot of articulation. Let's check. Holy moly, check it out. Now that is great. That's an improvement. He can actually go up that high, so higher, a little over 90 degrees with the ball joint, and that's his right leg. All right, we can take it down. Let's see how far out we can take it. He can do the splits. This is one thing I've noticed. This is softer PVC. You can just see kind of, if you look, just by looking at it, you can see that that's molded. It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit heavier on the original. Um, so then you've got, of course, let's go over the basic joints like I always do. Well, for last part is he has the loose, and this is identical as far as mold goes. It's identical. I'm talking materials, and of course in the face they did make just slight changes with the eyes and with the sheen, adding a sheen of sweat. We'll get into the lightsaber and the macro binoculars. Yes, that I know them so easily. In just a moment. So first off, let's go into articulation with the cloak on As I showed with the head, you can't get much out of it, but you can get with the arms. They do have excellent um, elbow joints. You can go straight, bring it up. You can go all the way up here. You can bring it up. Let's see if we can bring. I believe it has. See, it has cutouts, so you can. Well, let's see. Let's bring it up a little bit higher. Well, that's about as far. Now you get a full rotation. It has a 360. I'll show you all that. 360 in the shoulder. It has every kind of possible swivel you could possibly want. But with the cloak on, he is still somewhat limited, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and get this off. Now, to get this off, if I remember correctly, because I've only done it once ever, you have to take the head off too. So the first thing you want to do is pull the arm out carefully, carefully, carefully. I'm saying carefully to myself, by the way, right now. Carefully, 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 carefully. Oh, thank God the arm is flexed. Whoa, well, now we know just how 360 it is, thankfully. Okay, now let's get this arm. And probably the smarter way to do it would be to pull out with the PVC. There we go. And then we've got the arm. He's loose. But now we've got to get this head off. So what you do is you just give it, I found with the old one, a hard pull. And there you go, the ghost of Darth Maul. Ooh. He's floating. But as you can see, it's not just a cheap little thing. There's almost like a Batman type cowl on the inside, where it's much thicker PVC. You have the molded head. Let me get you a nice close-up. Hello. Alright, and then look under here. We'll go right under here so you can see that it is a complete head. As you can see, it's a complete head with the part for the ball joint, and the ball joint is really well designed. As you can see, this is where he's going to be able to hinge his head all the way down, his head, and almost all the way back. And he's going to have side to side with a rotation. Let's go ahead and snap on his angry battle face. Which is, oh man, one thing be careful of with the original, with any of them, is when you snap a new head on, don't do it like this or you will cut yourself. They make them sharp. Okay, so just hold it in. Okay, that was quick, easy, no problems at all, smooth. If I recall, it's actually a little bit easier than the original one. Now we can take that head back as I showed you, all the way here. Let's take a look again at this head on his body. That angry look. And I just want to get a real good close-up on those eyes. Let's get it focused. Look at that paint job, though, actually. It is excellent. And it's got the yellow, it's showing the yellow of the Sith, and then it has, as you can see, just that sheen, the gloss that the original did not have, and it gives it, look at that, it gives it a much more lifelike presentation. So let's see him from both sides, because that was one thing that always I thought kind of looked goofy on the original, was how far out it stemmed, the stem came out. And that if you had this head in a certain position, it would look a little goofy. Unless you had them like looking over. There you go. Perfect. I love it. Right now, San Diego Comic Con's going on, 2019. I wish I was there. I want that red Sith Trooper so bad. The San Diego Comic Con version. Hasbro sent me an email, said, oh, it's going to be on our website listed. It's already there listed. It's not listed. Okay, so anyway, back to this. You get that full, you get that rotation all the way to there. So as far as you really need it to go, and you could go 360 with it if you want to risk straining the joint. I don't, but you can get any kind of sneering look at him, or if he's focusing on Qui-Gon while he's blocking Obi-Wan. Now let's check out the full articulation now that he's exposed. 360 on the shoulders. 360 on both shoulders. Comes out and has a ball joint one of those nice hidden ball joints that'll take it out all the way. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, almost broke him. Okay, and it'll go all the way out. Okay, and then he'll go. Now this one I have sticking out, so it will go in, down, and to the side, in, down to the side. Now I have that actually a little bit reversed. Actually, this one isn't too bad. If you look at his posture straight on with him standing, it's not bad at all. I don't know what's up with my camera. I apologize. Not good job, 4K camera. All right, so we'll bring him closer. Turn. There we go. Okay, so for the hands, or the wrist, you have a 360 turn. You have right an elbow joint. The elbow joint actually turns. That's really neat. And then also the elbow joint, as I showed, moves forward, backward, sideways, kind of dislocated ways, whatever way you want to get him in, which is good, and hopefully is a good sign that he will be able to hold the double lightsaber, because that's been an issue for many Darth Maul figures. Now let's quickly get to the legs. I already showed you how far out they go. They go out. He does the splits. He has a ball joint, and he has a mid-torso ball joint, and an ab crunch. So he's really, and it's smooth. Oh, it's smooth. It's well made. And then here, this is actually hard, molded in really nicely. This part is PVC. Actually, no, this is the harder PVC, just like this. Molded in a little bit more hard. But down here, the skirting is softer for movement of the legs and positioning for display. Alright, so let's get this. Come on, buddy. You can balance. You're like the most ninjutsu of all. There we go. Alright. Now let's get into first. Let's go with this first accessory, the macro binoculars. Okay, let's see. What I'm looking for is the gold. If they recreated that just right, then we know they did a great job. Yep. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry for my Tourette fingers. Okay, so yeah, that's it, and it's firm. You can always tell too with the knockoffs. I did get one accidentally one time. There's a video about that. They're like spongy. This is hard PVC material, hard plastic. You've got all the little buttons and doodads, and let's see how he looks. Let's see if he can hold it. That was always my issue, was trying to get him to properly hold them. Let's see if we can get him posed in a way where he's, he could conceivably actually use them. I believe the best way would be to take this hand. As I said, I only opened the original one time. Okay, so take this hand. There we go. Alright, then we take that, we move it. Oh, a little bit. Okay, there we go. And there we go. And can we get up a little bit higher? Bring it in. Bring the head over. Alright. Alright. So it does, once again, there's a lot of articulations. That's great. And you could do it a little bit better if you wanted to. There you go. And you could even bring the other hand up. And obviously you could do it if you had, if you're not taking time and you're trying to save time. Oh my gosh, I'm at 19 minutes. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if you're trying not to hurry, you could take the time to get displayed and with him looking out with both of them. Let's quickly get into the lightsabers. Oh gosh, I was actually going to break out the other one to show you. And here's something that's a little bit different actually than the red, and I almost feel like it's a step back. It's quite odd, but it's on the original. Take a look, and let's put this side with it. This is more orange, and that was more red, yet they've done, the technology has improved, as we saw with the recent Vader and almost all of them, where they have the see-through crimson. This is barely transparent. This is hardly transparent at all, as you can see, and it's more of an orange color, more so than the original. Now that's a little disappointing. Now let's see if it snaps together easily. Okay, so you can see on this end, you have a matching end, you have a matching end there, and so you just go bloop, and push them in, and there you go, you've got the double staff. Let's take a look at the detail. I have to say, they didn't really change, and if anything, it's almost a step back in the detail department. Take a look. I mean, mine might be just mine, but there's an error on the plastic. Take a look. It's damaged. See right there? The plastic is right there, damage to the plastic. So there's a little cute quality control issue. Jeez, even the knockoff didn't have that. The more I dig, it's going to be actually create a hole in it. Okay, so that's not so good. Let's see if it's balanced and if it's even and level. Okay, so we've got pretty level. Okay, once I bring it, looks good from here, but once I bring it up, you can see that orange color, much more so even than the original. Again, I'll bring the original up here. See, look how much more transparent that one was versus this one, which has more of an orange. It's not that big of a difference, and it's not horrible. It's not breaking, and for a $19 figure, I mean, hey, go for it. Now let's see if we can get him into one of his classic fighting stances with the staff, which is, in my opinion, the most important thing of a Darth Maul figure, is to have that. Now, let's see, there's a hole. Is there a hole in his hand? No. You would think this little peg, but I'm assuming that means that there we go. On each side of his belt, there's a peg, there's a little hole, and you could peg it in. I'm not going to be able to do it. Once you take it in half, you would peg it in, and you would take. There you go. Not intended to look that way. You can also take the original one. You could take the blade out. So let's see. Okay, you cannot. I don't want to pull it harder than that, but on mine you cannot pull the blade out. Okay, it is very bendy, but that might end up being a good thing. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so we're gonna go for just below here, and we'll try to just snap it into his hand. I want to show off the part with all the painting, so as I just set this up for display, I would obviously want that part to be the part that stands out the most. Okay. Let's go a little bit further down with it a little bit. Turn the hand a little bit more. I'm sorry, I did not want to go on another long video. Put it that way too. It took 4 hours for my video last night of the cave troll. For some reason, even though I have a 2,000 speed, we're going to do this is the trick I learned. There we go. Say, put it in one way, bring it together. We'll put this one through the other hand. I didn't want to have to do it. I wanted to see if I could just do it the other way. They didn't change that part, of course. They didn't really change much. That wasn't the point. The point was to make, as close as original, but they did touch up the face, and they did add some looseness to the PVC, which I appreciate. Okay, so let's get this a little bit turned. Bring it down. Bring it down. Hammer time. Okay, let's get this. If we just can, we're almost there. We're almost there, and we're home, but not quite. He's got the double going. He has the double going, folks, but we're having some trouble. But we're gonna get this. Before I go, we are getting this. This is a live unboxing. That's why it may be a little, it's not as perfect as I would prefer it to be. Apologize for that. But, okay, so let's take this right arm. Let's see if we can bring it down. Let's see if we can twist this up a little bit. Let's see if we can straighten this arm a little. And then we can bring this, and that would allow that to come back. And no, still not close enough. Let's bring it down. Okay, and then we'll bring this one down a little bit more, and we'll see if we can kind of force it. His hand will be awfully close to the emitter. I'm turning it below here. There we go. And okay, so we're gonna straighten it back. Oh, we did it, folks! We did it! Hey! Oh my God, is it that bendy? Really? Oh, okay. Okay, so let's. That's just a quick adjustment. We can still do it. We can have Qui-Gon swinging up high, Obi-Wan swinging low. When I get that done, as a matter of fact, when I'm started on the diorama and after I've done the reviews on Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, I'll break him back out and I'll show you guys what I plan to do. Let's see if we can get him. Now you've got an overhand grip on the right hand and an underhand grip with the left. As I bring it down, like I said, his hand is right near the emitter. It is bending the plastic. It is bending it. So I don't want it to be bent. I want it to be straight. I want it to be in, but I want it to be in place. Why don't they ever? No, never mind. I don't want to complain. But that is a little frustrating. I have to admit, it's a little annoying. I mean, why? This is Darth Maul, the most flexible. I know that they're being faithful to the 2013, but of all things, you could fix it with a little harder rubber on here. That's all you need to do on the staff, which will make it much more difficult to, bend like it's kind of trying to do. And now here we do have a good angle going, and he is not actually bending. And remember, you can get him into different angles. His body, he moves smoothly, really smoothly, so you can get him into a really good angle, and especially to match with Qui-Gon. You can have him stand at his full height when he comes in, scaled at 6 inches. It's in the 6-inch scale. Darth Maul's a little shorter. And of course, if you've got the ghost of Darth Maul, he looks great as just an intimidating presence on your wall with just the original set. But if you're gonna go for an action display, I recommend not having the cloak on. That's just my personal recommendation. That said, get it, especially if you missed out on this one. Don't spend $100 for it. This one is just as good. This one even has better in some ways, with the face slightly being better, the eyes slightly being better, and in every other way it's pretty much the same. Unfortunately, the lightsaber, I don't know maybe I just got a bad one. That's possible. It's more orange, and it's in person, I can tell easily, than the 2013 one. So 6-year-old one. I don't know how they would get that off, especially considering every lightsaber, you start with the Darth Vader 40th anniversary, go to the others, you will see they are translucent, yet extremely crimson. And this is barely translucent and very close to orange, which is what was a problem with a lot of them before. Again, you can really get this. I love it. I have the SHF one, and I have a lot of Darth Mauls. I'm kind of a Darth freak, obviously, Revan JJ. But I just want to say that I think it's an excellent figure. I really recommend buying one or two. I'm going for two because I want one to hang on the wall and one to have loose. This will be a collector's item just like the original someday. Why not go for it, especially with Apprentice Obi-Wan out? And I do wish they would re-release Qui-Gon with the 3D face printing. Liam Neeson right there, but they did do a good job with Qui-Gon. And so having him and Obi-Wan and Maul matched up, it's going to be great. Oh my God, this is a half-hour video. I am so sorry. I did not realize I yammered on that long. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. Leave me a comment letting me know you made it this far. I'll make sure to drop a heart on it and a big thank you and a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you get a chance to share it, like it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, comment. I really love it. Comments and stuff, and it keeps me going because I'm on fixed income. I'm not making money off of these, but I am doing it from the love of what I collect and sharing it with the people that are great people that are collectors too. And so just a simple comment like, even if you disagree with something or have a question about something, please feel free, drop it in there, and at least that way we have something going on. It kind of can get depressing, to be honest, to see you put a lot of work into something and then and you spend some money, and then 20 or 30 people look at it and two people like it. It's like, hey. But anyway, thank you to you for watching. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. I will have some images scrolling at the end of the video when this ends, and so you can see different images of the before and after and all that. And I just want to thank you very much. Have a great day, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the case may be. Thank you so much, and may the dark side be with you.